You need engine data. You need it now, not later. Keep application 2.0.
Well, hello there, meine kleine pole ticklers. How are you? I'm dressed in my Sunday finest, wearing all clean clothes, or mostly clean clothes. And today, what are we going to do today? Today, it occurs to me that I've been remiss, and I'm going to do a video on how to replace your headlight bulbs. The thing to do is what I'm about to tell you. Upgrade to LEDs for two reasons. One, they don't burn out. And two, you'll be able to see the fucking road. I feel like that's important. You would want that. I would think you would want that. What you do is you go on Amazon and you type Oxilam H7, Oxilam H7 LED if you want, but it'll pull up an LED bulbs. They're about $40 for a pair of them. And they are self-sensing in terms of polarity, because normally in LED you'd have to make sure you installed it the right way, but these are self-sensing and whatever. And you put them in, literally take you 15 minutes at the most, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I suppose if I was clever, I'd put a link in my thing, and then I think they give me a kickback. I do enjoy a kickback. All right, let's get on it, shall we? I suppose it should be said you'll need 3 tools for this. I've got a long 10 millimeter on a stick. It doesn't have to be that. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be that long. It's just easier. You'll need a pry tool. Again, you could probably skip this or just use a flathead screwdriver. And I suppose you will need a small Phillips. Let's go do her. All right, we are outside and it's windy, but you're going to get the idea. Ugh. All right, sometimes these are rusty. This is this one. Ah, son of a cock. Oh, Jesus H. Christ. The smarter amongst you will notice that there's some little holes in the cross member where you can store a bolt or a screw so it won't fall out. This you can use the pry tool if you want. You'll pull it out and gently pry here. I don't need to do that. It holds in with 2 little noodle things back there. I call these the toenail panels. The top one has 2 thumb screws, which should be hand operated. Sometimes these are quite tight. You might need another tool. Sometimes not. I don't even need that. The way this comes out is quite simple. Just pull it up, it'll click. Don't be afraid to force it. What it does is it hinges here at the back and like that. If you were to even lose the screws, it still wouldn't fall out. All right, kiddies. Now we got 3 10 millimeter bolts. One here, one here, and one over here. And you'll see why I brought the big tool. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Sometimes these can be rusty. One. Put. And 3. Now nothing is holding it except the electrical cable. Pull. You'll notice that there's a pin here, and that pin locates it. Sometimes it's a little grippy. That's the only electrical connector to it. It is a squeeze on the top. Squeeze and pull, there, like that. Pretty straightforward. Only one way to get it on. Keyed, so even you can't screw it up. All right, I'm gonna take this inside and we're gonna put the bulb in. These, by the way, are called the bra cups. One is missing for ventilation purposes. You'll see. These are your Oxilams as they come. Not very complicated, as you would expect. Oh. Wow. Unlike a glass bulb, you can touch that. Hell, you can lick it. You could insert it. All right, here you have our driver's side headlight. The smarter amongst you will know that the inside here, the smaller section, is the high beam, and the outer section is a low beam. For reasons I don't understand, the high beams never burn out. Leave them glass. You can put them in LED if you want, but I don't think it's really necessary. Most people don't use the high beams that much. Or anyway, so how do we do this? Well, if you go around to the back of the headlight, let's get you right in here. Let's get you right into action. Get you at dick level. The way you take off the bra cup is you just turn it counterclockwise, as you would expect. I got a light here so I can show you what the way this actually works. Ah, the reason these aren't working is this one has fallen out. So that'll be interesting. And I hope that that goes back in. This headlight bucket looks a little bit weird. But the general idea is this, like so, and thusly. See that all right? Yeah. We're going to take that out. It just slides out. 2 tangs there. Suppose you can see 2 tangs there. This may be clipped in with this little flapper thing. You just squeeze that down and it'll pull off. Because we don't care about the glass bulbs, we can be rather brutal. Let's get our brand new LED. Again, it's probably not a good idea to touch the surface, but on the LED it doesn't really matter. And what's nice is you don't really have to think about what way this goes in here. It can only go in one of 2 ways. And I'm just going to take a wild-ass guess that... Shit. I have another video. Dorman sells this fitting if you need it. This one might not be the best example because of how it has to go in. But the basic idea here is that, see this little slide on the side here? There's one on the other side. Those slides go down these little rails, and then it kind of clips into place. Now this one, I can tell somebody has been in here before trying to make this work, because this is an older van. And you see this it is just going to go in there and go on these little slides. Maybe I'll film the next one and show it a little bit better. Yeah, this one isn't going to hold. Okay, so if you get in this situation where this bulb isn't going to want to stay in because the clip is now broken, because I broke it, and it doesn't have all the slide to grab to. Anyway, what we're going to do is wire this in. You'll see. Luckily, the high beam over here shows you what it's supposed to look like when you get it right. And you can see that that clip is holding it in and the light is on those slides, and that's just kind of how it works. Sometimes, see that little screw there? Sometimes you have to loosen that, but usually not. Usually you can get it to fit in under there, and it'll be real obvious. I'm making it harder than it needs to be, and it's going to be harder on this other side because the damn thing broke. I don't know if you can see what I got going on here, but I'm going to want to wire this one in. So you see I've got a piece of mechanics wire here, and you shouldn't have to do this. If that clip breaks, you can replace it. There's the broken clip. You can buy just the socket, but that involves wiring and wire stuff. What I have done here is taken one end of this mechanics wire and wrapped it around a post that's in there. And what I'm going to do is use it to go across the back of the bulb and then twist it to add some tension. I'm going to show you here. I don't know if you can see, but that thing right at the top with the little white sleeve, that's my other anchor point. I'm going to wrap the rest of this wire around that. Again, I realize this is going to look silly, but hopefully you can see what I got going on. I have it wrapped around the other post. I'm going to pull it taut to the back of the new bulb assembly here. This will be a pain in the ass when you ever have to go to change the bulb, but you know, what are you going to do? You get a broken clip. You can either do that or fix it right. God forbid we would do that. What I've done is I've wrapped it around a couple times there so it's anchored. Let's cut off the excess. And here's the big secret to this whole thing. Put the light where you want it. God damn, that's frustrating. It does need to be straight. That's where it goes. It just needs some pressure so it won't fall out. And then what I'm going to do is this action. By twisting it is a way to tighten it. This, believe it or not, this ridiculous thing that I'm doing will be enough to push on the back of the housing, and now that is not going to come out. This one goes on the outside, so I'll put this bra cup back on it. I want to show you one other thing while we're here, the height adjustment. A misadjusted headlight as far as the height above the road, you're not going to see much anyway. Super simple. What I have here is a 6mm long Allen wrench, and it goes through this sort of loopy hole here, which you'll see from under the hood. If you take that top toenail panel off, you'll see it goes in here, and I forget which way is which. You'll have to play with it. What your best bet is to pull up against a wall at night. Comes in through the top, through that loop, which guides you, and I believe that is a 6mm Allen. Once you get it perfect, holy shit, you'll be able to see everything. Won't that be fun? I think so. All right, let's reinstall this headlight. Reinstallation, as they say. is the opposite of removal. That pin lines up with a little, oh, I don't know what you call a little black plastic guide there. And obviously it mates to the body line, so it's not like you can do it wrong. These bolts that hold the bucket in tend to rust. You might want to put some anti-seize or something on there, but you don't really have to. Hopefully you won't have to do this very often now that you've got LED bulbs. Go back in my pocket. The bottom bolt here has it's a double threaded thing that can come in and out, and by adjusting it in and out, theoretically you can do a slight adjustment of the headlight in the yaw axis, but you generally don't need to do it. If the 3 bolts are in, it's straight. Just tips in from the back, sits there, and it'll be obvious where it goes. If these break or you lose them, it's not a big deal. The thing is not going to fly out of there. You don't really even need both, and you don't need to make them more than hand tight, just so they don't fall out. Once that's in there, it locks it in, so not a big deal. You would have to take that off to do the height adjustment, though. As you can see, there's a metal receiving clip with some teeth in it, and that's how it works. It mates to these little guys here. Get the big picture. But this is, you just push it in. As I say, they don't all have to be there. Give it a smack, smack, and then the Phillips screw right here. Whoa, that looked nauseating. Again, if you lose this screw, you just jam something in there, just something so it can't fly out. It wouldn't fly out anyway. That, kids. Oh, I forgot to do the electrical, but the electrical, the release tang goes on the top, so there's only one way to do it. Works good. All right, now, the other side is the exact same story. The screw here, the 2 thumb screws there, this panel, 310 millimeters, the electrical, pull it out, do it on the bench. This little thing looks okay on this one. Again, the polarity does not matter. Slide there on the right, slide there on the left. You do the hokey pokey, and you turn your whole self around. And that's really what it's all about. Kind of like this. Can he do it one-handed? He can if he gets it under this little tang. Can he do it one-handed and show you how it's done? All in one swell. Boop. Come on. I'm out of fingers. I need bipedal. There we go. Look at that. So that is how it goes in. You see how these 2 little right chong and right chong are in the slides. And then in theory, if all goes well, if I seat that, like that, and I flip this up like that, it is locked in. And it is locked in good enough. That is not going to fall out. Okay, I got it. That was fun. If you ever go to change this is a combination running light and turn signal. This is the same procedure. You take the headlight bucket out, and then that one just screws into the back. Very simple. Some of you will have Canadian vans that were originally sold Canadian market that have daytime running lights. The same story. You get inside there and you change the bulbs. I don't actually know how it works. And that is that. Let's wrap it up, shall we? Let's wrap it up and put it in. All right. Well, we're back at home base. Wasn't that easy? That literally took me 5 minutes. To install those. It took me longer to set up the shots to make the video than it did to do anything. So, wasn't that fun? No excuse for having your headlights out, because the cops are going to hassle you. And I know you've got a key of slam on board, and you don't want to have to fuck with the cops. Okay, every week I post a video that's this helpful, or sometimes even more, and occasionally interesting. And that was it. ProMasters Only, Barbertucky, Ohio. We fix these things. That's all we do. You know, I called it ProMasters Only. First I was going to call it Kip on Truckin'. Then I was going to call it Only Vans, but I figured then I'd get Chevy and Ford vans too. And then I settled on ProMasters Only. You know why I named the company that? So I don't have to fucking explain what we fucking work on, and more importantly, what we don't work on. So when you pull in here with your 78 Pinto hatchback, I ain't interested. ProMasters Only. Love you. Bye. My app, Promaster Phone